welcome back. This is your just going to be your final week of Team of the Season.
It would appear so. I am off on vacation as of this coming Saturday. I'm going to Mallorca for a week, so I'll be missing the next pod absolutely, and then the pod after that. I probably won't have had much chance to have played, so we'll see what happens there. Depends what's going on. I might punish myself on the Saturday, Sunday I get back before we do the recording 2 weeks from now. But yeah, it's kind of in that sort of winding down period now, isn't it, where summer is here, we're out doing other things, the big promo of the year is reaching its conclusion, and when they start doing crazy stuff like Shapeshifters, which we know is what's coming next, it's kind of like a Hail Mary for me, just to try and drum up one last bit of engagement before we sign off for the year. So I guess it all depends on what they decide to put out as to whether we sort of carry on playing to the level of engagement that we've had throughout the year, right? We'll have to just wait and see.
Yeah. I think this is the last big team, right? Because after this, what do we have? MLS, rest of the world, and Ultimate Team of the Season, which MLS is what I've been waiting for, but I'm probably like in the 3% of the community, if that.
Absolutely. I think some of the Evos you've been doing are going to be better than some of those MLS TOTS cards anyway.
Yeah. Like some of them are better than the NWSL Team of the Season. Like that Sophia Smith I have. She's ridiculous. She can do it all. Play right back, center mid, striker. She's just as good, if not better, than her Team of the Season card.
Nice.
And we packed Trinity Rodman too, so she's been getting some PT.
PT.
But I want to talk about the Liga F Team of the Season more than I do the La Liga Team of the Season, because I was able to play co-op with a friend who had Pateas and Bonmati.
Oof.
Bonmati is a cheat. That card is so good. I thought Pateas would be better, considering the stats, but I don't know what it was about Bonmati. The dribbling just felt different with her. I don't know why, but yeah, if you got
Bonmati has been kind of like a sweetheart of VA for the last couple of years. Some of the ridiculous special cards she's had, even this season with Team of the Year. What was the other 97 one that they put out? The Ballon d'Or card.
Yeah.
She's definitely, oh, hello,
look at this son of a
this.
bitch. She wasn't even supposed to be here.
Wow. This is
Surprise.
commitment, folks. Fresh from the Norway trip, you're on mute, but it's all good.
How are we doing?
There you go.
We were just talking about...
I thought I can't miss it, can I? So I just threw some food down my face and shot up here to get on the pod. That's commitment, isn't it?
I noticed how you said down your face and not down your...
Yeah. Most of it's probably still in my beard.
We were talking about Bonmati because out of all these cards that have came out, to me, the one that I've used is her. Like, she is the best one that I've used. It's better than Pateas. I haven't been able to use Hansen yet. She looks pretty good, too. I know you've been on vacation. You haven't been, or holiday, whatever you guys call it. You haven't been able to use any of these cards, but I feel like La Liga and Liga F, they took it up a notch with the level of cards.
Yes. And I think the value of these cards as well. I think we've got cards here which ordinarily should be millions maybe, or 5 to 800k. Rudiger, for example, Valverde, Koundé. Their previous cards have all been like up there when it comes to price. But I've seen people on Twitter complaining about it. But
it's on Net.
What,
was
too,
about it.
too cheap?
Too cheap. There's no
Too much
to
access.
play. There's no to play for if everything's for nothing. But everything in for nothing is still like 5 or 6 cards over $1 million. But it's nice. Like, I've just come back from holiday. I'm going to play some champs. I've already played a couple of games. I want to buy some La Liga cards because I don't care about losing coins on them, because you can't lose coins on them really. Like, to the extent where if you're buying a 1.5 million coin card and then in 3 days it's 800k, with these you're buying Rudiger for 180k. What are you going to lose? 50k at the most.
I have a theory on like Valverde as an example, as one that I've seen more than a few people talk about on Twitter, saying that he's been done dirty. And The thing about Valverde, as his cards are in this game throughout the cycle, is he's all about being exceptionally faster than most players are in his position throughout the year. But now you've reached team of the season, everyone's got 90 plus pace. It's like, what do you do with him? You're not going to give him... You could give him 99 pace, I suppose, but he's not maintaining a lot of the advantages over equivalent cards as they've built up over the course of the season. He's now just one of many really good central midfielders who's perhaps slightly faster than most, but you're not going to see the difference between his 95 pace and Pedri's 93 pace, as an example. And Pedri would be an infinitely slower card. Earlier on in the year, he's got 77 pace, while Valverde's got like high 80s, where it's very, very noticeable. So those cards don't feel as pumped up compared to your general team of the season cards, and you wouldn't be that bothered about packing him at this point. Whereas if you'd gotten special cards of Valverde throughout the year, they would have felt amazing, and they haven't been able to sort of maintain that into team of the season, unfortunately, because his main thing was pace, and now everyone's fast. So what do you do with him?
I've got a bit of a theory about these. I think they may be trying to get people to come away from playing with CDMs by bringing us cards like Valverde and Jude that can't play CDM.
Well, they even made that specific requirement in the latest Evo. The latest Cam Evo, which is probably the 35,455th Cam Evo we've got this year, but there was a specific requirement, not CDM. The card could not have a CDM on it.
Yeah, and yeah, I think for Valverde, that card, I think if it's CDM, it's probably 10 times the price of it, or at least, at least 500k, I think. But because it hasn't got a CDM, it's difficult.
It's
strange. A lot of people are playing for CDMs, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm playing with two of them.
Same.
Pedri got better defensive stats than Valverde, which, in my opinion, I feel like Valverde is a better defender, an out defender than Pedri. But maybe I'm retarded. I don't know. Can I say that? Probably not.
I think in real life, does Valverde play a bit higher?
Yeah.
But in game, Valverde's always been that sort of defensive, sort of CDM type, hasn't he? But I love the fact that people can jump on this game and buy a Valverde, a Koundé, a Griezmann even. That Griezmann card,
oof.
I've only been back today and I've played 5 or 6 games. That Griezmann, my goodness. It's like, in gold, Griezmann's finesse shots were like unbelievable.
He's got finesse shot plus.
Yeah, he's got something. And what is it, 250 maybe? 270?
Yeah, 220.
Oh, wow, yeah. Like,
see, here's my thing, though. Like, I saw a lot of people complaining the same thing on Twitter, or X. And a lot of the rhetoric was like, I have concerns going forward, or I'm concerned about this. And a lot of these, I'm not going to call anybody out by name, but they were pretty big content creators, like prominent FIFA content creators. And are you really concerned, though? Because you're still going to be doing content on this game next week, and the week after that, and next year, and the year after that. Like, I feel like they just start this narrative, and then the community just rallies behind it, and they all push it. But at the end of the day, if you're on Twitter consuming FIFA content or FC content, you're playing this game every weekend. You're part of that hardcore community. So I feel like they just get caught up in the bullshit. Like, if you're enjoying the game, play it. If you're not, don't play it. Like, what do you mean? I have concerns. Like, it doesn't impact you.
It's easy engagement, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It's clickbait.
Excuse me. Grifting.
It's easy engagement. You jump on there. They got me engaged. Nep got me engaged. I was like,
I saw that.
I'd much rather have this at the end. We're coming to the end of team of the season now. I'd much rather this than half of the cards, because there's so many good FIFA cards in La Liga and the female Liga F that there'd just be 10, 15 cards that were over $1 million,
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be.
That's what we've had every year.
Unless it's your job and you grind this day in, day out, and you've already packed all these cards. But like I said in response to next week, like if I've packed one of these cards that's over $1 million at the end of the week, I'll be over the moon. There's no way I'm packing all 6 of them.
No.
Although I did see Boras Legend, I think from his rewards, I think he packed like 4 of the big boys, stroke girls.
Good for him.
But I couldn't wish that on anyone. He's a nice guy, so yeah, I'm happy for him.
Say that with a straight face.
No, I do like him.
Okay,
I like Boras.
okay.
Boras is legit. Sure. No,
I like
Boras is.
Boras.
Yeah,
Boras
I like
great.
Boras.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Where are you at with all this? Is it just people talking and grifting, like Matt said?
Yeah, they're just chatting shit, aren't they? Something to put on Twitter so people will reply.
Well, no one's going to engage with
and
you.
I think
just
they
keep
do.
tuning out content saying the game's amazing, keep playing it. Or that you've got to drum up an emotional reaction out of people to get them to reply to your tweet. Other than the kind of accounts that put tweets out saying send teams every other fucking day, which is the worst fucking grift possible, quite frankly. Like zero imagination. I don't know. You've got to be utterly brain dead to like a rush tard. Even to think that anyone's reading those fucking posts that you're replying to, but people do, and this is the next stage of let's find something that's going to get people to react emotionally and hopefully retweet and respond to what we're saying. Yeah, but no one does anything about it. It's happened every year I've been playing this game. Pretty much as we all kind of see the issues, we say we're concerned about them, we turn up next weekend. Or next season, and on the cycle goes. And because people don't vote with their feet, other than that brief period around Team of the Year where clearly the game wasn't getting the engagement that EA shareholders required them to, and they started pulling levers and gave away Zidane and kind of ruined the game for me. This is just the way it goes a lot of the time. And I think that they've kind of established to a point that if they give stuff away, it gets temporary boosts, no matter when you do it, whether it's Zidane, Maradona, giving away team of the season cards, which, they were stingy in the beginning. Like, we had League One, I think everyone got lots of those, and then the subsequent weeks were harder and harder to pack, and now they're just giving them away again. Like, I've only opened a few packs that I just happen to have gotten through, daily logins, because I haven't been playing this weekend, and I've packed several, La Liga, Liga F Team of the Season cards without really trying. So these are much, much easier to obtain. It's pretty clear that they want latecomers to the game now who are perhaps getting on through discounted versions of the game or through EA Play or whatever to be able to build a competitive 11, with little to no effort. If you just complete a few of your weekly objectives, you're going to get a good team together. And I don't see too much wrong with that. It's just you can't expect to be packing million+ cards several times a week. I mean, who wants that? And the difference between some 100k cards and million+ cards aren't that. The gap isn't really that big. It's just probably a few desirable playstyles difference between some of these cards. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. And one of the other things were talking about having 4 playstyles on cards that are 50k or whatever, where we're going to go from here. I think there's still a lot of places to go from here. There's still cards that are very restricted because of roles, because of positions. And I think next season, is that called Shapeshifters?
Yeah.
So we know where we're going. It might not be my favourite thing because we've had some absolute shite for the game when we get goalkeepers at striker or CDM, but maybe they've listened. 5 playstyle pluses, Pompel says in chat, maybe. But we're at that stage of the game now. We want nice cards. If you've had shit pack luck all year, this is your dream that you can get these cards. And if you play the game every day and you've got a few mil, the game does get boring when you can afford every card that you want out of a promo.
Yep.
But that's not the game's fault because that's not the majority of players.
We've got to remember that even amongst us three here, we are at the bottom of the higher end of people who can afford everything, who trade incessantly all day, every day to keep a bankroll going where they can buy just about any card and just load up on the whole team from the latest promo squad if they wanted to. That's like such a tiny, tiny amount of people who play this game. It's not even, doesn't bear thinking about. What I wanted to ask you guys, though, is what do you think of this Europa League winners squad with all the Spurs players in it? And I don't think they're going to do that for the Champions League because there's probably enough cards from those respective teams out in the game. I can't see like a whole Inter team being available as an example because there's lots of them. They've been in team of the season, etc., etc. Whereas Spurs or Man United would have been relatively under-repped as far as those go. But I could be wrong. What do you guys think about them releasing more stuff like that, reflective of a sort of IRL result?
I think that was just a dig at United fans.
Yeah,
isn't this their first trophy?
No, not ever.
Or like
first one for 17 years.
First Europa League or no? They've won it before.
No, they've won.
They've won that before as well.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I don't know the history on
it. You'd think they've not won one before.
I mean, since I've been watching, I haven't seen them win anything.
No, definitely not in your time, Hunter. Definitely not.
But I was in Manchester Airport waiting for my flight. Phenomenal.
Yeah, a lot of people crying into their £10 pizzas.
Yeah, it was. It was good, but I love this. I love that they've put a full team of Spurs cards out for a short period of time. I've been away, so I've not sort of been keeping track. But I wanted to buy some of these cards, and now they've shot up out of packs. I was a bit reluctant to buy, but
I can't imagine how much of a pain it'd be to play against a 99 pace Udogie at left back.
Oh, his gold early in the game was an absolute beast. Like, such a pain in the ass. Van de Ven, I think he'll be a great card. Son is probably up there with Henry when it comes to
all those cards,
top strikers.
If I could have one of them, it would be Romero at centre-back, because to have such high defensive and physical with 90-plus pace, yeah, he'll be an absolute beast. I bet he's got really high aggression as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, 99. Yeah, he'd be horrendous to play against if used correctly.
I'll tell you whose card I did use. That Gray had a 92.
Really good card, yeah.
Leeds scummer, but that card will be unbelievable as well. As a CDM, he just seemed to, when I used his other card, he just seemed to win everything. But yeah, it's nice, isn't it, when we get something that's linked to real life football. I do hope that we get a Champions League one. I really do. What at this stage of all these cards we've got, what difference does it make if we get another 15 thrown in there?
Okay.
Speaking of cards that we've got this week, and have you spoke about objectives?
Not yet.
The champs objective.
No.
I like it. 10 wins for Nico Williams. Like, it's on that level where most people can get close. But to play 15 games for a reward is keeping everybody nearly in the entirety of the games, which, that's what it's supposed to be. But I've realised Champs is long. I've only played 5 games. Champs is long. Without rage quits.
Yeah.
Go back to when we used to have to play 40 games. Jesus Christ.
I
don't know how we did that.
How did we do it?
I
was
remember
absolute degenerates back then.
Specifically posting on the Football 365 forum, which is where my sort of community of people who played Ultimate Team was at the time. And people were saying, oh, how can anyone do that and have a life. And I was like saying, well, if you figure out you play this many games and it's not unusual. It's like that was before, my fatigue with the game started to set in. But I went in there with very rose-tinted glasses on and quickly re-examined my opinion on that. It's there was a lot of heart and soul that used to go into those 40-game champs weekends. Because you used to get monthly rewards as well as weekly, if you remember, and every game counted. They've kind of struggled to maintain that level of integrity with the game where people wouldn't just give results away and whatnot. Stuff like this helps, I think. If there's a really desirable card on the line for a fairly achievable target, 10 wins is probably out of my reach. Every team of the season weekend I've played, I've won 7 every weekend, 4 weeks straight. So that's obviously my level. There's been a few times where results were a bit unlucky, but I'm not getting much more than that. 10's probably a bit of a stretch. But it's not unrealistic. It's not like that Mycon one where you had to win all the friendlies or whatever. This is doable. Like, it's a target to shoot for, right? And I don't think we should be encouraging people to quit out of FUT Champs and whatever. It has to mean something, otherwise it's no different than Rivals, in my opinion. I'm not playing FUT Champs for 15 games just to get some 84 times 2s. Like, who gives a shit? Like, it has to mean more than that if they want to keep it going. So stuff like this helps, I think.
I don't usually mind. It's just I've been away this weekend, so selfishly I'm like, fuck you. I tweeted out earlier, I played one game. I think it finished 11-10 after extra time. Man, this guy were playing 4-2-4 with the new Yamal, Chiesa, Henry, Vinny, I think. Man, it just absolutely overwhelmed me. But it were really open. So, 11-10, I think the game ended. That might be like the highest scoring game I've had, I think, ever.
I've been seeing a lot of weird animations from keepers too. And I don't know if it's just because the cards we have now are so highly rated, but...
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, the David De Gea I've got for Serie A, some of the leaps he makes to save things are absolutely unbelievable.
I was like, I'm referring to the things they do to let balls fly into the goal. Like,
well, I told you last week about the issue I had with Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Like, there was something wrong with him. It's almost like he's too big to animate quickly enough to do some of the saves he should do based off his card stats. But you don't have that issue with De Gea. He's fantastic.
I remember you saying that, and I didn't know much about it at the time. But I think since I've had another week to play, I don't think it's an issue with keepers at all. I think it's the
game engine can't support these super high.
I think this is where it's at, right? Because they tune the game to a certain way, and after a while, they stop making updates. But when you turn that power curve up to 100, and you don't tune the game, you're going to get some really weird shit that starts to happen.
Yeah, I bet there's definitely some truth in that. Absolutely.
Like I said, I don't think it's anything specifically with individual keepers. I think it's just generally there's some wonky shit happening in the game that's not going to go away. But it is what it is. I'm just seeing some really wild goals being scored. Own goals at that, too.
Speaking of play styles and where we go from here, I see Pompel's put something in the chat about 5 play styles is where we go from there, which
might as well.
That would be something.
We'll just have them wrapping all the way around the whole card.
My weekly update on Flair Plus.
So here we go. Here we go.
Ritsu Doan, still your only guy. I something seriously up there. I'm not going to go on and on about it because I've spoken about it several weeks in a row, but I do think it's quite telling that out of 5 team of the season squads, or more than 5 weeks of team of the season with 3 squads in each one card has Flair Plus, and it's not a card that anyone really wants, generally speaking. So make of that what you will.
And if Flair was as bad as most people think it is, or a lot of people think it's a shit play style, they'd be giving us it left and right.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? If it wasn't useful, it'd be just one of those fillers like, some of these cards that have got 4 play styles, they're giving them one shit one, aren't they? You know, or not necessarily a shit one, but one that you don't, you know, dead ball or power shot, something like that nobody's really using. Well, not that they're not using, but it's not those top desirable ones that
I would be
everybody
shocked
wants.
if we don't see it in shapeshifters, given at that point they're not really going to give a fuck. So I expect some wild, like, centre-back turn cam to have it, and it'll just be hilariously game-breaking.
Oh, speaking of game-breaking, did they fix the Evo glitch where you could put...
Yes, they did.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, for what's his name?
Well,
I
it
called
was
it the
It's
tier
for anyone,
Evo.
but most people are
Yeah.
using it for...
Henri.
yeah.
I played a lot of Rush trying to do some Evos in every game. If not both teams, at least one side had Thierry Henry in the team.
Yeah, well...
So stupid.
I needed somewhere for fodder to go, so I've got Team of the Year Henri, but I did the Henri SBC because I thought that'll get some more Evos. Or I might do the 99 dribbling one. Anyway, I thought I'll decide when I come back from a holiday. So today I decided to put it on Hullet. Spent 25k on the cosmetic. And yeah, I couldn't put Hullet into that Evo to make him 5/5 and +1s. So
Here's
yeah,
something a bit sus for you. Talking about Flare Plus again. Like, one of the better, well, I'll say better, higher rated cards that had it throughout the year was Riquelme's Icon card. That's up in price. Like, it's only 2%, but like, why are people buying that card unless they think something's coming? That's a bit strange, isn't it? Because that's a dead card. Like,
Nobody wants that card.
dog shit card. Why is anybody bought that ever?
well, he's got 90 passing, 90 dribbling. So,
Great.
And given if you just need a player to stand still and just bounce like first time passes off him, which is what you'll basically be able to do, then sure. If there's an upgrade coming for that card though, where they boost the physical and pace, and he's got Flare Plus, you still haven't used your Tiki Taka Plus that you can do from your Evo rewards. Something could be going on there. Just saying, I don't see any reason, unless someone knows something's coming up in the next week or two, why that should ever be increasing. That card is dip dog shit.
It's one of the only icons I can think of off the top of my head when somebody says, "What's the most useless card we've ever had in Foot?" And he's been useless since the day they put him in the game. Day one. Remember they injected him like mid-season one year. I don't remember what year it was, but it was like mid-season, middle of the game. They put Riquelme in. Like, he was going to be amazing, and he was fucking dog shit, and he's never been good, any of his cards. Don't understand why they continue to do this.
Yeah, I think we are getting better, aren't we, at making shit icons good with the promos usually. But there are some still that it doesn't seem to matter what you do with the cards. They're just never going to be... They're never going to be
They
it.
don't fit the meta cheese.
If they're not massive or they're not super quick, they just don't fit the meta.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But I'm going to go buy him now anyway, just to be on the safe side.
That's the only person
Don't buy
who
more
bought
than
that
one.
card today.
Just buy one.
Well, clearly I'm not. He's up 2%. So
Oh, maybe that-
but people are buying it.
Let's have a look.
Weirdly, you can get his Thunderstruck version with the higher rated one, which doesn't have Flare Plus, for about half that price. So something's
Bargain
not right
basement, baby.
there. It's like, I am investigating.
Why the fuck is he not discard at 66k? That's
Yeah, I'm bidding on that 66k one. Don't you dare buy it.
I'm not going near it, mate. You're fine. You're all good.
Rob's in the chat. Winter Wildcards for Riquelme was a beast last year. Sure, he didn't have Flare Plus though. The Winter Wild, not Winter Wildcard, sorry, Thunderstruck one, the second one that got released this year. They
Which one was
downgraded
that? Was that the one with 4 play styles? I think. Let's have a look.
What? Talking about the Winter Wildcard Riquelme?
Yeah.
Don't get me lying. I don't know.
It's way too early to have full.
I think there was an SBC. Let's have a look.
Spent way too much time on Riquelme.
Yeah, Yeah, let's
Let's
move
talk
on
about
a
the
bit.
Pokemon Evo, the return of the Pokemon Evo.
Oh, you know what? I've forgotten all about that shit.
It was weird because we hadn't seen one in like 5 or 6 weeks. We talked about it, and all of a sudden we got one. And it's, lo and behold, it's another 2-week
Where do I
training
have to go
session.
IRL to get that card? Like, is there somewhere I need to go?
Just go on web app.
Is that it? No, like Pokemon Go antics. I need to go down the street, turn left,
No.
meet a crowd of people who are clearly pedos.
Wank with your left hand. Clean it up with your right. Something like that.
Double Dutch rudder.
No can, no party. Okay. Let's do this right
But
now.
it's
Oh, I
14
can put-
days.
I can put
I know.
Maradona into it.
I complained about it last
14
time.
days.
I complained about it
like-
last time, and I did it. And I'm complaining about it this time, and I did it.
I'm going to save that, see if Raquelme goes into it.
Fucking Raquelme, dude.
Matt, please for us all, do an Evo with that Raquelme, and we need to see him weekend league. We need to see.
My take on that, as the card is right now, is that card doesn't need to move around. If I put him as playmaker so he just stays static and just ping passes off him, I think he'll be fine. He's a no movement card. He might as well have 20 pace. He's not moving.
Yeah, he's definitely not moving. Like his price,
Yeah.
Up 2%, baby.
2%. Oh,
I'm
Well-
looking at some of his Evos. Like right now, he's got one you can Evo. He's a 94 overall with 87 pace, 92 shooting, 95
Rapid.
passing, 40 defending, 78 physical.
Oh, you don't need defending
beast,
as a cam.
beast.
I know, but as a midfielder at this point in the game, 40 defending is pretty low.
If you got a cam that's got more than 70 defending, you're a shithouse. Like,
And I'm a fucking shithouse because I got
that's
3 of them.
fucking, you're a
Hunter.
Zidane abuser.
Hunter has got box-to-box midfielders in every position,
Yeah,
like
I do.
stat-wise.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what.
You're the type
I
of
think we
person who
showed
played
me the
Joe
other
Linton
day.
up front as a defensive striker.
Yes,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's Hunter's vibe.
Petr Cech up front, leading things.
Yeah.
SMS in the midfield. We love it. I don't know.
So,
Anyway,
have you been doing any? Well, you have been doing Evos, Hunter.
Have.
We've
Have.
had some wild Evos.
Yes.
A lot that fit similar cards, which has been a bit like it's almost put me off. I've sort of stopped looking a little bit. Like I think we had 3 in a row that Vieira fit into.
people are so dull, aren't they?
And I were like,
I want to make all the content I did 6 months ago a bit fresher.
but I would have done Vieira.
Bastard.
Shithouse.
I would have definitely done Vieira.
Call me a shithouse.
And then another one came out that Vieira fit into, and I were like, oh, that makes him better. I'm glad I didn't do the other one. So now I'm just like waiting. And I'll wait and end up.
Didn't you pack McTominay? And you're fucking around
Yes,
with
I
Vieira,
did.
Evos.
Oh, let me tell you about McTominay.
please
Please do.
Let me tell you about him. What a beast he is. That Intercept Plus icon flashes up when the ball comes within 10 yards of him and he's like,
Yeah,
Gives
thank
it
you very
here.
much.
gives it here. I've not scored any low drivens with him, but I'm
Did you
very
see the goal
impressed.
he scored on the last day of the season? The nice scissor kick goal. So he should have acrobat, really, because he's that kind of player now.
Yeah. But yeah, he's been good, incisive, long ball, which he hasn't really been using. But it's that intercept is just
Tell you what, if you get long ball on all your midfielders, you can just think some lovely over-the-top through balls to your strikers over and over again, because that is, with strikers at the kind of pace that we have in this game now, getting in behind that way is so satisfying.
well. I think we're going to have a lot of problems with that Patry
Yes.
SBC that's just come out.
Loved her goal early on in the season.
Yeah.
So good.
She must have been like one of the most popular golds. of this
Lost me
game.
a lot of money though. I was a bit late to the market on that trend and then got fucked with it. Yeah, me.
I traded loads with her as well because she just sort of rebounded all the time. Everybody wanted her.
Oof.
But I've started doing her SBC. I don't really use female cards, but there's nowhere for your fodder to go. I'm not doing the icon pick. No chance am I.
Listen
It's
to him
just
trying to justify why he did
ridiculously
it.
priced. Well, this is how I ease you in, you see. This is how I'm like, well, I had to do that SBC, and then I packed Bonmati and Patelis. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Trading
Gotcha.
with Mets, I bought my De Gea for 62k. He's now worth like 115k.
Oh, nice.
Oh, 128k, I beg your pardon.
There you go.
There's not
He's-
many Team of the Season cards that have gone up in that fashion.
He's got the good playstyle pluses, hasn't he? So, and his Man United, Spain. Courtois is so cheap. What?
Yeah,
It's
I backed him 3 times. That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to Patry, I saw somebody like doing, I can't remember what his name is now, Viper. He does, this card impresses me in 30 minutes or it goes into a 2-player pack. And he does like a quick sort of 30-minute review and then decides at the end if he thinks it's shit, it goes in a 2-player pack. And he does it with nearly every SBC. And he did it with that one. And some of the long balls that she were pinging were unbelievable. He was saying top 5 CDMs.
I believe it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Shame he doesn't fit she doesn't fit my team, I beg your pardon. Maybe I could like get her for the bench, but I've got all Serie A with the exception of Gravenberch, who I got in a TOTS player pick. So resubmitted for, got him. That was nice. I did another one, got Cole Palmer. So I'm running good on those. But he won't get in the team though. So I've got 10 Serie A cards plus Gravenberch as my CDM, which is nice. You shove your Vieira and Patry up your bum.
How are you finding
quite frankly.
And you've not got McTominay, and you've got
I've got my own McTominay.
Oh, you've got
we've got
Lobotka,
McTominay at
yeah.
home. We don't need
You've got
team of the
Lobotka,
season
yeah.
McTominay.
and you still enjoying Dybala?
I've not got the baller.
Didn't you do Dybala? I thought you liked.
I've never gotten on with his cards in this game, generally speaking, other than when he first came into the game many years ago as a silver and he was really good. He's kind of like Messi. Like, it doesn't just work for anybody. Like, you've got to be a certain kind of player to get the most of him. And I'm not playing cams at the moment. I'm got reverted back to my sort of inter-style 3-1-4-2. So,
speaking about
across the
cams,
midfield, no cams.
I'll tell you, my 3 cams in the 4-2-3-1, the defending rating on my cams.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
90 defending, 88 defending, and then my
You
striker.
better be on like high press, just
This
winning the
fucker's
ball
got
back
into-
constantly.
Yeah, we're playing,
Right.
and sometimes I'll switch to a 4-2-2, and I'll put support on both the strikers, which Sophia Smith has 89 defending and
For the sake of
87
the
physical.
video pod, pull your squad up. Let's have a
This
look.
fucker's got Intercept Plus on some of these. I'll bet you.
Maybe, I don't know. Look,
This
it's
is
just
what I
easier
wanted to ask actually, because you've got some like defensive play styles on your like cams and stuff. Do they win the ball back for you
Yes,
a lot time?
a lot.
And do you get more bounce backs with them?
I don't notice more
All
bounce
bounce
backs.
the
I think
outs.
those are just going to happen. But I put support on Sophia Smith in the 4-2-3-1, and she'll chase him down, and I'll just use second man press, and she'll take the ball off of him for me.
How
don't
has
even do
Sophia
it.
Smith got 89 defending?
I did the jack
Oh,
of
you
all
got a
trades
right back even. Holy shit.
and a center mid. She's
That's
crazy.
dirty.
Yeah.
She's got she's got intercept, ping pass, flare, trickster, technical, jockey, long ball, low driven, quick step plus, first touch plus, and finesse plus. She's a monster.
And you play it at striker.
Yeah. And then I bring Christian
wouldn't like
Ramirez on later, which is just a physical specimen.
I wouldn't
But,
like to play against your team, I'm not going to lie.
A lot
Yeah,
of people.
no.
I get a lot of quits.
Yeah. I can't quite see there who's got the highest meta rating.
Ricky Puig.
Very nice.
Actually, Marco Royce has a 91. Oh, look, this Edelman, the Evo I did for the Icon, he's a 91.4.
Nice.
91 pace, 91 shooting, 94 passing, 90 dribbling, 90 defending, 88 physical. You can play Cam, CDM, or CM.
That was a great Evo, that.
Yeah, that was fun. I
I
like
like that. They didn't present it to us very well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No,
it was a
I
bit-
ended up doing mine wrong. I missed the steps.
Yep.
I screwed up
But-
on that.
I suppose you live and learn.
I think they
But
learned
yeah,
a lot
we're
from
good.
it too.
Yeah, I think they did, yeah. I've still got my Richie Smallwood one, and I don't use him like in weekend league, but in rivals, still doing it. His pace is lacking a little bit now, but still a very good card.
Well, man, I don't have anything else this week. Like I said, it's just been Evos and a little bit of rivals for me. I'm still on my champs hiatus.
Yeah. I'm just about to get going in mine.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Gonna finish
I'm
it
skipping
tonight.
my League of Champs. I'm going to have a quiet life, as per the Star Wars meme. Peaceful life.
Boo. Boo.
You need to add some stress
Um,
into that piece.
I think, was it last week or the week before, I packed Shaqiri. Not had a
Good
chance
call.
to use him a
very
lot.
Jealous. Very jealous of that.
But I used him a little bit last week and been using him today at Cam. As like what's the role? Wing,
Half winger.
half winger? No. Is it half winger? Anyway, he's been phenomenal out there. He's passing.
He's got half
he's
winger plus, I think. So.
That's the one, yeah. That's the one. His passing, his finesse shots, feels so smooth on the ball with his technical. Might be, not including Henry and Vinny, like the best card I've used this year. He's like up there in that level. Like he's just
I've heard a lot of
phenomenal.
people
Such a
say
nice dynamic image as well on the card. Like that Basel kit's just
Yeah,
fire.
it
and-
looks
it's
nice,
so
doesn't
good.
it?
a lot of people praising that card.
Yeah. I'm even
His
thinking of
shooting
putting the
stats
retro cosmetic on him.
I'm hoping they do release some new cosmetics because my squad is far too blue at the moment. Need something to freshen that up.
That's
EA,
why
if
you need
want
to play
some money,
weekend
give-
league, you see.
Well, I've got 2 reds in my squad. Plus there was a Champions Excellence one, so I made Gravenberch red. But there's still too many blues. I need something a bit different. So if they want to make some quick money, you just start pumping out some purple and yellow type stuff, just to make people's squads look a bit more interesting. EA.
Did you see that you get extra reds this week? So if you were going to play, this week's a week because in
I
the
know a lot of people got like really
objective,
high-rated reds just in general, but
in the
I don't
one of
really
three,
want any of them.
in the one of three, I think, which is for 4 wins, I got Rudiger.
Oof. Maybe I should just do that then.
It's definitely worth doing just for a few. I don't know if you can see that, but that looks so cool. That Shaqiri.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think I'm going to do that
Look
one.
at you and your 6 million coin balance. What a prick.
Oh, I've lost so many
Sounds-
coins during team of the. Well, I've spent and lost so many coins during team of the season with cards just been not asked, and cards dropping. Bad trading advice from Pompel.
Well, that's your fault for
That doesn't
listening to
happen
Pump
very
Up.
often.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I've been in his homeland. That's where I've been. Norway this weekend. Oslo.
But you didn't meet up with Pompel.
Well, he lives in Bergen, which is like down road.
You should have come.
and
see
I were
me.
only there.
That's like the
I were
only
only there 4
opportunity you can have.
days.
Just Dr. Pompel, man.
Yeah. If you want his address, let me know.
If we got any listeners in the show from Mallorca, hit me up. We can go have some egg and chips.
Egg and
You said
chips. That's
Aorca?
a proper English thing to do. That he's
Mate,
travel around the world.
I'm in Mallorca for a week. I'm going to have egg and chips at least once a
Mallorca.
day.
And
I'm Googling this.
Do Americans do that, Hunter? They travel around. Well, Americans don't really travel around the world, do they? But travel around the world, and then the first thing they want to do is find an English pub and find egg chips and beans or sausage chips and beans. It's like,
nope.
Yeah.
I had an all-day breakfast at Weatherspoons this morning. It's just as bad, I suppose.
That's good going. Pompel saying that his country's the best in the world. It's fucking dark for 9 months of the year, Pompel. I'm fucking freezing.
Yeah, and that's just the immigrants.
I tell you, that's very topical. Actually, my friend who I've just been to visit there, that's what she does for a living. She works with
what, invades Norway?
Migrants. She is a migrant. She is actually a migrant in Norway. She's from Poland, but yeah.
Oh, well, they're okay. We like Poles.
Oh, so there's only just some you don't like, just the illegal ones.
Well, they don't come over to your country and fuck shit up, but anyway.
That's what the United States is for.
Before I end up getting cancelled.
Yeah. I'm proud of you for that one, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Palma. Is that where you're going?
Palma Nova, yeah.
Palma
Palma's
Nova.
the capital of Mallorca, and Palma Nova's like a small little town in Mallorca. But
Oh, it's a little island off the coast of Spain.
yeah, that's where Samuel Eto'o made his name. After he left Real Madrid.
Oh, is that next to Ibiza? Where everybody goes to party?
Ibiza. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. You gonna go?
Mallorca has its own little scene called Magaluf, which is like a little version of Ibiza. Shagaluf, yeah. It's where all the barely legals go to deflower themselves.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go deflower myself. Get you guys next week.
Peace.
In a bit.